The news is coming in fast and furious today. This is one of the most monumental moments politically in the history of our country after the debate. We've never seen anything like this before. Another first. The Chevron doctrine just got abolished. I'm going to have to do a flurry of quick videos to talk about all of these things, but this one's going to be about who could replace Joe Biden. The same cabal that stole 2020, that lied during the pandemic, really put their power, their political aspirations over the lives of people, are now openly asking who could replace Joe Biden. These are the same people who didn't ask this at all after Afghanistan. They'd never question him. You've got to listen now. They're going to replace him. There's no walking this stuff back. This is The Guardian, and they're trying to set the scene. What they're doing is explaining to people who don't know politics that Joe Biden is not the official nominee. Even though we're kind of through the primary season, they're trying to let people know, in theory, it's possible, more than theory, it's literally possible for the delegates to just change their mind. The delegates are not required to do anything other than vote in all good conscience to reflect the sentiments of those who elected them. That just means corruption. That means whatever the hell we want to do. It's a private company. There we go. We're ruled by two private companies, the GOP and the Democrats. Who Kamala Harris is? Well, I don't want to say she's the front runner. Here's the problem. Here's why. You might say, well, how is Kamala Harris the front runner? The reason why she probably is the front runner is, for her not to be the front runner, you've got to do a lot of chess moves. I don't think the blacks will do whatever the Democrat Party wants, even if it's just pushing Kamala Harris aside. But I just don't see that. So what I'm thinking is that they move her aside and get her California. It makes sense because of this man, affectionately known on the channel as American Psycho. If he gets in, then they need someone in California. That's Kamala Harris's home state. And that would be a big get. To be governor of California is a pretty big get. More powerful, really, than VP, especially if you don't have presidential aspirations after VP and you're not like Dick Cheney where you're the one really running things. So give Kamala she might even prefer that. She might even prefer governor of California over all this hubbub, over this craziness. She's tainted with Joe Biden. Jill and Joe are not backing Kamala Harris for president. There's negotiations probably going on behind the scenes right now. Why Joe Biden said, I'm not dropping out, because he's not comfortable with who his replacement would be. Jill might even be ready for him to drop out. How much more does Jill have to walk Joe Biden off the stage when he's actually pooped in his pants, allegedly, or walk him off the debate stage where he can't even walk down the stairs? People are going up to help him like he's an old, feeble man. And it's only Jill there. It's not even anybody else. Just weird. She might be done with it. But who do they want? I don't know if they want American Psycho, but they might get Gavin Newsom. He's going to be the second contender, because if you can move Kamala Harris, then he becomes the obvious choice. Then this Guardian article goes into, oh yeah, and look at the Ron DeSantis. Great mention here. He did that debate with Ron DeSantis. He put himself in this position. But then things get weird here. They bring up J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. He is a Democrat operative, big into the Rainbow Coalition, whatever the Democrats need, the funny country, all that. Whatever they need, he's down, and he's a billionaire. That's the only reason he's mentioned in this article. He has no chance of being the next replacing Joe Biden. They put him here because he would be upset if the Guardian talked about who could replace Joe Biden and all these other names were there and he wasn't there. So let's get past him. He had no chance. Just look at him. He should go to FatCon 2025. Here's Gretchen Whitmer. I think she would be the perfect VP. I think they're trying to think like, okay, if Gavin's in, who's running with Gavin? You probably would want a black or a gay. You want some type of identity. It's just too white for that party, for where they are. At least she's a woman. So you could have Gavin and then Gretchen. Gretchen's not, they're mentioning Gretchen as president. She's not going to leapfrog Gavin Newsom. But she is a rising star. Remember, they set up those ass hats in Michigan. They set up those ass hats to do the plot against her and the entrapment stuff. And they did that to big her up. They did that to help Biden in 2020. And they did that to big her up as well. So she is in the running, I think, for VP or a cabinet position or something like that. Then it gets weird. Sherrod Brown, former senator of Ohio senator, I don't know why they mentioned him. Dean Phillips, that's a joke. The one that they didn't do is Mayor Pete. And they didn't do Michelle Obama. That was weird, too. The Democrat National Convention is in Chicago. It would make sense if it was Michelle Obama. The problem is Michelle Obama doesn't like the Bidens. The Bidens, I don't think, like her. So I don't know, would they be able to endorse her? I think they probably would be able to lie and endorse Michelle Obama. They're not endorsing Kamala Harris. That's a no-go. Joe, I think, would want Mayor Pete. So let's just sum it up, and you tell me if I'm missing anybody. We've got Kamala Harris. I don't even remember his name anymore. I call him American Psycho. Gavin Newsom. Mayor Pete is in the running for sure. And then Big Mike. That's what I got. You tell me who you got.
Middle MAGA.